Okay, let's get started with Atlas. What is Atlas? As we already know, Atlas is a cloud provider for MongoDB. That means in a cloud environment, we will be working on MongoDB related details, creating database and creating collections or documents, working with documents. So we can do it in two ways here, Atlas CLI or Atlas UI. We will be using UI for now. So let's go to UI, and here it is asking you have to register for an Atlas account. So let us go step by step, one by one step at a time. And just to make sure that this list of instructions are available to us, we can open this in a new tab. Open it in a new tab. Okay, and here it is asking you have to register for an Atlas account, and so I'm also further going to open this in a new tab. So open it in a new tab. Okay, so it is asking you to create an account with the help. So you can of course fill the details here and create a new account, but instead I suggest that you can just click on sign up with Google and it will create an account with your Google details. Because in my case I have already created an account with this with my account before. So if I just go to sign up with Google, it will be asking me to choose the account. Registration is over. By choosing your Google account, it will by default go to this particular place. So this can be imagined as the starting page of your Atlas account once your account is ready. Then as you can see, it is showing that Vikas org, it is saying that it is an organization. Okay, and the organization can be imagined as a group of all projects, okay, in which by default a project 0 is created. And in this project 0 currently you are having something called a cluster. Very broadly speaking, what is a cluster? Cluster is a cloud environment or cloud deployment environment where you will be deploying your database and kind of accessing your database. So let us go back to the instructions, the initial instructions. As soon as my Atlas account is created, the next step is to create, deploy a free cluster. Okay, so let me close the previous instruction tab. This is not required anymore. And I'm going to open this create and deploy a free cluster in a new tab. Okay, so it is telling deploy a free cluster, and for that what we have to follow, once again I'm not choosing CLI, I'm going to choose Atlas UI. And in Atlas UI it is telling login to Atlas, then go to overview page. In your case, as you can see, overview page is already open. Then what we have to do, we have to create a cluster by choosing the option called create. So I'm going to choose the option called create, and then it is asking you have to choose M0 option. But you can see what is M0 here. M0 are free forever type of options, but you can see in the new version of this environment, create cluster environment, there is no M0 available. Instead there is a free option available. We'll choose free option, and then further down you can see name is by default chosen as cluster 0. We will stick with that. Provider is AWS cloud environment, and region is by default selected as Mumbai, which seems to be the closest region available to us, and so we will stick with the defaults. And here it is just telling the same thing. Select your preferred provider, select your preferred region, then specify a name for your cluster in the name box and click create. So name box is already selected, everything is selected. We are going to click on create deployment. So our cluster is created, and it is asking you that you have to do something else to connect to the cluster 0. So what it is saying, you need to secure your MongoDB Atlas cluster before you can use it. And what that means is that you are trying to add your current IP address of your system to the access list. What exactly that means? It means that you are allowing the MongoDB cluster to uh, accept any requests coming from your computer. Okay, so it is already added, as you can see the check mark. And the next step is to create a database. To create a database, it is saying that you have to create a admin user, and for that admin user you are going to create a user and a password. Okay, so default generated password, I don't recommend that you create a default generated password. If If you decide to stick to this particular password, make sure that you copy it and save it somewhere secure, which you will never lose it. Otherwise, if you lose it, you will lose access to this cluster itself. So instead, what I'm going to do is, as you can see, this part is Vikas Bandaru 25 is my user account, which it is taking directly from my email address. So I'm just going to delete this, and I'm saying Vikas underscore db dot underscore user as my username, and the password, I'm choosing a specific password. Okay, so let us say I'm choosing a password like Vikas at 123, a simple password just for my access. Okay, for easy to remember. Then choose you will need your database, your user's credential. In the next step, copy the database user password. I'm copying it. Okay, fine, cool. So click create database user. Okay, done. Database user is over. Choose a connection method. Let us follow the check the instructions once again, what it is telling. Cluster is created, database user done, created, add IP address to the access list, which we have already completed. So the second step is completed. Let us close this tab. So the next step is manage database users for your cluster. Okay, so let us try opening that in the new tab. What it is saying, you must create a database user to access your cluster, which we have already completed. Database users are separate from Atlas users. Database users can access databases hosted in Atlas. Atlas is our cloud environment. Atlas users can log into Atlas but do not have access to MongoDB databases. Cool. So what we have to do to create a database user, you must have organization owner or project owner access to the project, which we have. So we already did it. Done. So next step, let's go back here, choose a connection method. Okay, when we are choosing a connection method, what has to be done there? Manage IP access list, done. Connect to your cluster. um, okay, that most probably we are not here yet. Okay, so let us go here. It is telling choose a connection method. How are we going to connect? Okay, it seems I have to have a compass or shell. That means we have to basically install them. So for now we will go with the compass part, which is more like a GUI version. Okay, so I don't have MongoDB installed, so I have to download and install it first. So select your operating system, download. Okay, download. It's done. Let us try opening MongoDB Compass. Fine, my MongoDB Compass is open. Now what I have to do is copy the connection string. Use this connection string in your application. So as you can see, when the show password is selected, it is showing the username as well as password. Okay, this is the username, this is the password, as well as something else. So this URL we just have to copy. So let us copy this, and then what it is telling, the password for this is included in the connection string for your first time setup. This password will not be available again after exiting this particular connection flow. So you just have to remember the password. Okay, so let's go here, add a connection string, add a new connection, and here let us provide the connection string. Done. And okay, let us try to follow the instructions here. Okay, fine, done. Okay, done. And here I'm saying let me choose a color for me to easily recognize it. No, blue. Okay, favorite this connection. Done. Now the password is not visible, as you can see. Okay, cool. In the advanced connection options, we have the option called MongoDB plus SRV. Okay, under authentication, username, password, which we have selected. Cool, done, fine. Cool, save and connect. Okay, so our MongoDB Compass is connected to MongoDB Atlas. Create a database. I want to create collections Let us go to browse collections. Okay, fine. As you can see under the collections table, collections tab, we have these collections available. Sample mflix collection is available. Sample mflix database is available, under which the respective collections are available. We are going to create a new database called, let us say, um, Mongo basics. Okay, and collection name that I want to create is, let us say, students. Okay, additional preferences, nothing for now. Create. Students collection is created. I want to create a document, so I'm choosing this option called insert document, and here it is saying ID is by default generated. I want to choose this uh, JSON format. So I'm choosing the JSON format. By default, as you can see, ID is the first property whose ID is already generated. So I'm going here with a comma, enter. Okay, and I'm providing name as, let us say, Rohit. Then let us say gender as male. Then let us say roll number as, we'll use case, that will be much more meaningful. Roll number as for now I'll say ABC123, and then let us say I want to include marks as, let us say, 89, and then I say CGPA as 8.9. Okay, done. Now let us click insert. Inserting document. Okay, let us see, the document is inserted. Okay, now as we have already connected this Atlas with our MongoDB Compass, let us see if this is reflected there or not. This is the one. Let us refresh this. Yes, so MongoDB Basics, as you can see, is the one that I have just created. Okay, and let us go to MongoDB Basics, which is my database. In that, I will find students, and for that students collection, I have added only one document so far. So I'm going to students collection, and I can see one document here. So it is the same document. So now let us try adding one more document here, and we will try to see whether this is the same document reflected in Atlas as well. So I'm going to add data and insert document. Okay, and I can, as you can see, there are two options available. One is the JSON format, one is the normal values object ID type of a format. So we can try both the type. We have tried JSON format in the Atlas. Now we are going to try the normal document as the object format. Add add field after ID. Yes, I need an ID, a field called name. Okay, oh wait, edit. Okay, so the value that I want is, let us say, Likit. Okay, then plus again, add field. Next one is gender, value is male. Okay, plus roll number, value is, let us say, ABC124, then plus marks as 79, plus CGPA as 7.9. Okay, done. And now click update. Done. It's a new record, but it is not storing marks and CGPA as a string value. It is storing as string value. We want to change it as uh, not as a string value. So let us change this data type to from string to number, int 32. Okay, I'll change this to int 32, and CGPA also I want to change it to int 32. Okay, so see, not CGPA is not int 32, sorry, it is decimal double double. Okay, and then change the value to 7.9. Okay, done. Now I'm going to click update. It is done. It is saved here. As you can see in this, the order has changed, but the property names are exactly the same. Name, CGPA, gender, marks, roll number, name, gender, roll number, marks, CGPA, exactly the same. Object IDs are different. They are supposed to be different. Okay, so now let us come here to the collections in Atlas, and it is refreshing. Fine. I'm going to the students section. Okay, cool. As you can see, there are both documents available. Both the documents are available here. This is the new document that we have just edited in Compass. Both of them are synced, and we can create documents here or there in, and both of them are synced basically. So that's it. Practice this as much as possible till you get familiar and comfortable with both the platforms.